Okay, we begin at 6 with a weather alert. A winter storm moving through Indiana tonight. Snow, rain, and ice all on the table. It's just a mess out there. But guess what? We've got you covered for it all with live team coverage. Richard Essex is monitoring road conditions downtown. Plus, Jenny Drasler is live in our mobile tracker, storm tracker that is, watching all the road conditions there. But first, we start with an update on where this storm is now with Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Brown and meteorologist Tara Hastings. Ashley and Tara, when will this storm stop?
You know, this storm actually had a delay to the start, right?
Right, and many people may be thinking, oh, letting their guard down a little bit, but we're starting to change over to some snow.
Yeah, and letting their guard down at a bad time, because this is the worst of the storm. There's a layer of ice, I think, in many locations, and now the snow sitting on top of that. And yes, we still believe in 4 to 7 inches of snow throughout the area, even some isolated higher totals. Here are the hazards with this storm. Winds at 25 to 35 miles per hour. That means blowing snow and low wind chills for you as well, as it will feel much colder throughout the night. The winds stay with us in the overnight hours as we remain pretty breezy for you. And as far as the cold blast of air, I would say that's issue number 2 throughout the night, as temperatures fall to around 9 degrees tonight. Sub-zero wind chills for you. That means everything that's out there, that rain that you had, the freezing rain, that becomes the issue because it becomes really slick in the overnight hours into your Sunday morning. And by tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures at only 16 degrees. Now, all of this to add insult to injury with the snow that we're seeing sitting over the area. Snow still falling. For some of you south, you haven't seen the snow yet, but Tara, that snow is on the way.
Yeah, we still have that winter storm warning in effect for most of central Indiana and a winter weather advisory off to the south and west right around Terre Haute here. Take a look at the snow, and where you're seeing those heavier blues, darker blues, that's where we're seeing the more intense snow. So we'll zoom in a little bit closer. Some light snow here around Fishers, Carmel, over towards Zionsville. But then where we're seeing some of these darker blues right around Greencastle, that's where we're seeing some more moderate to heavy snow at times. And for areas in the southern part of the state, you may be thinking, hey, we're not seeing any snow just yet. Well, we're seeing some freezing rain and some mixing and some sleet and some rain in the far southern part of the state. But all of that, again, will change over to snow in the next few hours. We have those gusty winds. These are wind gusts right now at about 46 miles per hour over in Shelbyville. So we're going to continue to see these strong winds throughout the night tonight. Temperatures are going to be falling. We're also going to see those blowing and drifting snow as well. So moderate to heavy snow over the next couple of hours. We'll let you know how much snow we will see and when it will all come to an end coming up in your full forecast.
Thanks, Tara. We will hold you to it. As we just heard, much of central Indiana now under a winter storm warning. NDOT and DPW spent much of the morning treating the roads, of course, but blowing wind and sub-zero temps could cause some issues. We turn things now over to Wish TV's Jenny Drasler. She is live in the mobile news tracker. Jenny, how do the roads look out there?
Julian, I'm just going to be flat out honest with you guys. We're at 69 North right now near 116th Street. We're approaching Fishers. 69 is awful. I'm just going to turn it around and show you what we can see. We're taking a look at the roads here. You can see completely snow covered at this point in time. A lot of ice that we're seeing. The slush has pretty much turned into ice. The biggest problem we've seen, we pulled off, got some gas or whatever and saw there, the off ramps completely snow covered. A lot of the snow then blowing back over into the streets here. So if you don't have to drive, don't be out here. Another thing that I've seen, we've counted at least a dozen cars, Julian, coming toward us in the opposite lanes, even some people next to us who don't have their headlights on. You can see one even in the other lane right now that doesn't even have their headlights on. So something you guys need to be on the watch for. If you don't have to be out in this weather, don't be out. Stay off the roads if you don't have to. We're going to update you again tonight at 10, and we'll have a Facebook Live as well as Twitter as well. Live from the mobile news tracker, Jenny Drasler, Wish TV News 8.
Thanks, Jenny. Taking it slow out there. The snow has been falling across the metro for a little while now. Wish TV's Richard Essex has been out in the conditions today. He joins us now live downtown with more. Good evening, Richard.
Well, Marion County has pretty much dodged this storm until about an hour and a half ago when all this snow started to fall. You could see that the snow, just in the past hour and a half, we've collected probably 3/4 of an inch, maybe to 1.5 inches in some areas. But the most marked part of this storm has been the decrease in temperatures, very rapid decrease in temperatures, and the pickup in wind. Now, some people that we talked to earlier today were kind of happy the fact that it rained most of the day. Well, welcome to Indiana weather in January.
I was so looking forward to a snowstorm.
Instead, it's cold, windy, and rain.
Every time something like this happens, you think about Florida.
Up in Broad Ripple, Jeff Hatfield was keeping a watchful eye on the weather and hoping the snow would just stay north of the city. He got his wish.
And this is the first time in a while I'm actually nervous about the weather, man, because from what they saying, it's going to be like ice and snow, 40-mile wind drifts and all that. So, me and a couple other guys, man, we were worried about when we get off work, what's the roads going to look like.
For the better part of the day, at least here in the metro, it was a steady, raw, cold rain.
Actually, I'm kind of happy it's not snowing.
You would think that Scott Johnson, sitting in his snowplow truck, would be a little disappointed in the lack of snow.
But it's going to be rough. But it's Saturday. Last weekend was nice. No wind, no cold weather. If we'd have had the snow today, it would have been brutal. Wind and ice coming later on.
Last weekend, he spent 17 hours in that truck moving snow and wasn't really looking forward to a repeat this weekend.
I think we're not going to get much of anything, just a bunch of ice. We had it last weekend, and I'm kind of glad we're not getting it now. I don't really want it. I'd rather be home sleeping.
It's that kind of day.
I get that if it freezes and this turns to ice, that's much worse than the snow. But I'm kind of bummed. I did want some snow because it's so pretty.
But remember, winter is just getting started. Now we'll take a look at the conditions out here on Meridian Street right now. Because of the rain earlier today, Marion County, or the Department of Public Works, wasn't able to get out and salt the roads. So in other words, they are just going to have to battle this snow as it comes down. Same thing with NDOT. They were not able to get out and pre-treat the roads. So all of that rain and this sudden drop in temperatures and this heavy and this stiff wind that has picked up is going to make driving tonight very hazardous. So if you are going out tonight, make sure it's for a really good reason. And if you just are thinking about going out and don't need to, don't. In downtown Indianapolis, Richard Essex, Wish TV, News 8.